This is Bhooshan. We've been making chicken biryani for the past few weeks and it's turned out okay, so thought of recording it today. So welcome, let's get started. So to start off with, I have about 1.5 pounds of boneless chicken thighs marinating. I'm sorry, I couldn't record the marination of this, but I'll put the marination recipe in the description. So I'll get some oil in the pan. And the chicken goes right in after the oil is hot. In the meantime, let's also start roasting up some spices for the rice. So I have a mix of whole spices in here, some star anise, some cinnamon, some cardamom, both green and big cardamom, etc. I'll put the list in the description as well. Meanwhile, I think my oil is hot, so let's start frying up the chicken here. By the way, I've marinated this chicken overnight, which is why I didn't think of making the video last night, so did not capture that. But the chicken goes right in because it will cook with the biryani as well, so just get it a little roasted. And since we have time now, I can also give you the ingredients of the marination. This has salt, pepper, garam masala, coriander powder, some fried onions, barista, some mint, some coriander, and yogurt, of course. Right. So our whole spices are roasting here. Give that a few more minutes, and then I also have lots of water boiling here for the rice, and I have soaked whole grain basmati rice, about 2 cups of rice, soaking for about 45 minutes so far. Let's give this a little bit of a stir. Sorry, that was some chicken roasting in my oven there. We'll make a video of that sometime later. By the way, before I forget, let's also salt the water. You can use plenty of salt because most of it will get washed away. So I have about this much salt, maybe 2 teaspoons, and a little bit. And my spices have almost roasted as well, as you can see, so I'll turn that off and pull my water to the front so it's a little easier. The chicken is on extremely low heat because it's also going to cook with the rice, so don't want to overcook it. Just a few more minutes. The trick with biryani is to not overcook the rice. So I don't like to put the rice in before the water is absolutely boiling hot. But we can start flavoring the water, so we'll go ahead and add these spices in there. wait for it to boil again. You can also add a little bit of mint and coriander to the rice as well, cilantro. The water's completely come up to a boil now. Took a little bit of time, but should be worth the wait. So you want to wait for the water to boil completely, and the cooking of the rice is the key in the biryani. So my hack is that once the water is completely boiling, you add the rice and give it about 3.5 minutes and take it out immediately. You want it up to like 50-60% cooked. Let's go for it. By the way, my biryani recipe is largely inspired by Chef Varun. So big shout out to him. Really like his videos. He gives you techniques that sort of work at home. So it's 12:49. The rice grains should start coming up to the surface in about a couple of minutes, and then we should start taking it out by 12:52. Another hack: I use this tea strainer to take out the rice. Turns out to be okay. By the way, I've also removed the chicken from the flame since I don't want it to overcook. We'll arrange the biryani now, and then after the rice is cooked, and then I'll put it back on flame, and that should take about 25 to 30 minutes from there. So like you can see, the rice grains have started jumping and dancing up towards the surface now. Should take another maybe minute and a half, and then start pulling things out. So some people also strain the rice completely. I'm a little lazy, so I don't like to do that. The way that it works for me is I start taking it out a little earlier, so some of the rice is still cooking while I do that, and the rice that I take out earlier gets cooked a lot more in the biryani. The rice that I take out last, which is cooked the most, cooks for a little less time in the biryani. It turns out okay. Alright, the rice is almost cooked now, or 50% cooked, which is what we want. Let's give it a few more seconds and then we'll pull it out, start pulling it out. I'm gonna make some space now, rearrange some things. Let's pull the rice out. Sorry about that. So remove the rice from the flame, but it should still continue to cook in the hot water. In the meantime, let's start with the biryani, and turn the heat off. Here's a look at some rice. I try not to get the big whole spices in because they've mostly done their job now. So start laying the rice over the biryani, the chicken. The smaller spices are okay, but the bigger ones have mostly done their job, so don't carry them forward. And like I said, don't worry about the rice continuing to cook, because it's going to cook a lot less since it's on the top with the biryani. Almost done. Strain the remaining rice now, and then we'll be ready to layer up the rest of the royal goodies for the biryani. So this is the part that gets a little tricky. And also the rice has been completely layered now. Let's start with some of the things that make a biryani royal, right? So some barista or fried onion, actually a lot of it. By the way, I can't really master the technique of making these baristas, so I prefer to buy them. But there are plenty of recipes available on YouTube, so you can try one of them if you want to do this at home. You also want, I have about a pinch of saffron here that has been soaked in water, and then I've just heated it up in the microwave a little bit. So just lay it all over, just to give that sense of royalty and royalty to your biryani. So that's the saffron. This is what makes a biryani, in my opinion, the color that the saffron imparts. By the way, I'm not going to use any artificial colors in this. Just going to rely upon the saffron and the brown onion to give it that that look of like 3 colors. I also have some kevda water here. You can find it at your local Indian grocery store. Just gives a nice flavor to the biryani. Just about a lid full of it. Sprinkle it right all over. Just a little more maybe. That should do it. And then also some rose water. Similar, you should also find it at your local South Asian grocery store. Rose water also goes all over, just to give that royal Mughlai touch to your biryani. Cool. And then we'll layer up some green chilies. Completely optional again. If you don't want this, don't add it. some more fried onion. Just going to throw that all in. And then two final things, mint leaves. And cilantro or coriander. That should mostly do it. I'm also going to take just a little bit of water in my saffron mixture so I don't lose any of the goodness of the saffron, and just sprinkle it. Just provide that moisture to the biryani. We're almost done. And through the magic of time, here is the lid. This is relatively airtight. Don't have the patience to make a dough yet for the dum, but this seals it fairly airtight. Works out well. Also has a little hole at the top, so we want to close that completely. I just layer a clean cloth over it, just like so. And then the trick here is I put this on a medium flame for about 10 minutes. And then we'll come back to it after 10 minutes with a slightly lower flame and a pan under it, just to stop the chicken from burning. So yeah, see you in 10 minutes or so. Welcome back. So it's been about 10 minutes. So to cook further and to stop the chicken from burning, I take a flat pan like so, and I put an additional layer below the biryani, so it gets cooked but doesn't get direct heat and thereby doesn't burn. So we'll place this on medium flame for another 10 minutes and then low flame for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes, and that should be it. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes. Alright folks, time to unwrap the magic. Lots of steam coming out, that's always a good sign. So, as you can see, the rice has all these different colors, the white grains, the yellow grains from the saffron, and then a little brownish towards the end with the chicken. So let's scoop out some of the rice first. Feel like you're treating a baby here. Don't want the rice to break. And let's scoop out some of the chicken now. Doesn't look like it's burnt, so mission accomplished. Yeah, looks good. My first attempt at making a YouTube video, and it's not a total disaster, so I'm happy. And the biryani also looks delicious. Looks like someone's hungry as well. And almost there, guys. Almost there. Alright. A little bit of this coriander just to top it off. Some onions that I have marinated, and I have some raita here of little fried chickpea balls or bundi. Excellent accompaniment to the biryani. So thanks for watching. This was great. Feel free to try it out, and if you have any comments, suggestions, any feedback, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you all. Bye.